Hey Paul, before I show you how to open up at F12 here, I want to weigh your lighters up and see what they're weighing here. Let's see, on Tuesday this weighed 73.5, it still weighs 73.5, okay. On Monday, your F12 here weighed 81.6, and it still weighs 81.6. I keep that in here so don't scratch it up because it's a nice lighter. So anyway, so your lighters are holding gas. All right, now I just want to show you too that I'll probably end up taking that F12 apart, and I just got some rubber Buna sheet in here, okay? I got a 1/16 of an inch and a 32 of an inch. I think 30 seconds will work good for a stopper. So, you should be good. And I think this 1/16 of an inch should work good for a stopper. And the 30 seconds, I believe, is going to be for when you got to rebuild a filler valve, like for your F12. Alright, now, I want to show you something, how to open this up. Let me adjust my camera here a little bit. Okay, I don't chew, but I keep these little containers around for holding things. I got a friend of mine chews, so, you know. Anyway, I'll tell you what, when you pry these apart, keep your, your mechanism here, your roller mechanism to the right, okay? And I got this, I found this at work. It's like a real thin spatula type. I mean, it's really thin. I mean, it's flexible, okay? So it's pretty thin. What I do is I work that right up in here, okay? I work that up in there like that, and I'll pry that off just like that. See, because what I want you to know is this here mechanism here is held in place by these two springs on the bottom. Well, this one spring, but it's got the little indentations. I need to zoom in here. And you can see possibly how, let me show some light on it. And you can kind of see, okay, there's spring pressure on that. These are kind of, these are a little bit like, right here, they're like U-shaped, so that little recess inside your lighter case, that actually is what holds this part in. Plus there's a mechanism, or there's a little spring right here that snaps into your case, okay? So if you're putting, let me show you how to take this out. If you want to take this out, you're going to have to, now, let me see here. You're going to have to take like one of these out at one time. Okay, see, that one's kind of out, okay? Alright, now once you get that one out, just over here and wing that one out. Alright. Well, there's a little plastic washer. I think it'd end up falling on the floor here, but I'll find it. No, actually it's right here. Hold on a second. Okay. Once you get this out, you can just kind of pull this top out like that and remove it. You see the little knots they got right in here with this little spring thing. You can see it right here. That kind of snaps in there and what holds that. Alright. You can see where I repaired this with a bunch of little O-rings. There's actually, it looks like there's 4, but there's actually 2 O-rings on there that I doubled up. Every time I've gotten a Flaminaire lighter, let me see if I can find the old one. I don't know if I can. I thought I kept it. But every time I get a Flaminaire lighter, to work on. There's a rubber piece that goes up here and over this bar. This is to put tension on this bar to come down once this mechanism is rolled up, okay? Once you let go, this pulls the bar back down, which lets the valve come back down. But every time I worked on a F12, I'd had these break, okay? They break. The old ones have been in there for so long, there's no way you're going to save them. But from this point on, you know what you're going to want to do is put this back. Okay. I'm trying to look through the camera and do this. Make sure you don't get out of sync here. Okay, this is just a little plastic washer. All it does is just goes over this and kind of helps secure that that metal parts down. It isn't something that, you know, I think it isn't something that, you know, you have too much to worry about if you break it or something. I mean, you can always find possibly a small O-ring or something to go over that. You can see what it does, just holds that on like that. Now when you put these, I'll tell you another thing too, just so you'll know, there's a little, say for instance you got a jammed flint tube here. Okay, let's take the flint spring out. Okay. Say for instance you got a jammed flint tube here. I've never seen one on these because of the plastic in the room, but there's a little bitty brass spacer right here. Once you pop this off, maybe you can zoom in here, maybe you can see it. Once you pop that off, well, anyway, that comes up. And now, once you pop that off, you can kind of like work this thumb roller out. Then after that, you can take this whole plastic flint assembly here and see how it hooks in the top. You can just kind of pull it and turn it out, and it'll come out. So if you need to get in there and clean it out for whatever reason, then after you do that, you just put this part back in, then put this little brass piece back on there. Make sure you don't lose that brass piece. Okay. Anyway, now what you want to do is put this back in your lighter. Normally I do that with actually, let's just wait. Okay. Alright. Now what you want to do, let me come back. I'm going in too far. What you want to do is just set that in there like that. You'll see why once you do it, okay? And once you set that in there like this, I take these little pieces here and I work them down, one on each side, okay? Push it down with a little screwdriver, then snap them in, alright? Yeah, just push them in, make sure they're snapped in. Okay, now another reason for that little notch right there is because of the notch on top of this cover. So what you want to do is put this part here, see where the little recesses are, you want to put that on there first like that. Okay, put that on there and use both fingers and push that cover up, this cover here with your thumb, push it up and push it up far enough, then snap it on. Okay, pretty simple. Once you learn the technique, it isn't a big deal. Big deal is getting something real thin like this to get in right inside your case right here, okay? Because this is a beautiful lighter, so don't be just, and I'm sure you're going to take care of it. This is a beautiful lighter, so you know you don't find too many examples. I'm gonna tell you what, the more I work on this, the more easier these are getting. To me, if I had a go-to pipe lighter, this is going to be it. That's it. I just don't think, flint fire operated, just don't get any better than that. This thing's nice. Real nice lighter. Alright, if there's anything else that, you want me to explain, just let me know.